welcome to another episode of Song Title Challenge, where the question is, climbers, how would you write this one? This is a special little feature episode where climbers, listeners of this podcast, send in their titles. Send in as many as you want. You can send in one, can send in 100. I don't care, but don't send in more than this. Don't send in the same title twice. However you decide to do it, doesn't matter. But send it to info@daredevilproduction.com. Production is singular. There is no S. info@daredevilproduction.com, and put Song Title Challenge or STC in the subject line so it gets into the right folder. If you don't, it won't. And then we get like really super cool artists and songwriters to come on and hang with Brent and I spring the title on them, so they have no idea what they're getting into right now. Neither Brent nor our esteemed guests, our esteemed podcast guests.
Stars.
And then we, yeah, and then we cook up like as many different, but at least like 5 or 6 different angles on how to write that title. And this exercise is something that you should be doing before you go into any pro write or any write, to make sure that you have the best possible angle. Sometimes the most obvious angle is the best, but most times it's not. That's just the low-hanging fruit. That's the cliche. And you got to dig a little past that to get to the gold. And not only is this a great, fun, creative exercise, but this is a reviver of really old hooks in your hook book, man. Go back to that hook book on the pages you haven't looked at in the last couple years and pull out a title, spend 15 minutes doing this. And like my esteemed co-host here, Mr. Brent Baxter, what happens, Brent? What happens when you do that?
Good stuff, Johnny. Good stuff.
Yeah. You write songs, you get cuts.
Ideally,
you get cuts,
so I've been
you get
some cuts
you
out
get
of
pitches.
Yeah, get some cuts out of my own personal song title challenge. It was so much fun doing it on the show here that I started doing it for my own old titles, of which I have thousands that I've not yet written. And good stuff is happening. So yeah, getting some stuff starting to hit the market now that came out of this. So I'm doing it, whether y'all want to do it at home or not. I'm doing it.
It's so cool. So cool. So with that, it is a fun creative exercise. It's not co-write in any way, shape, or form, so you don't have to worry about that. Take all of what we say, take none of what we say. It does not matter. But Brent, myself, and whoever our guest is on the particular show we demand that we get an invite to the number one party, okay? And there better be booze, because Johnny's coming, But today we got some amazing special guests here. We have a country music duo. You may have just seen their write-up recently in American Songwriter magazine. They are associated here with the 615 House and TikTok and some of the other artists that are going on there. These ladies hail from North Dakota. Turns out I know some people who know some people that know them, which is awesome. Please welcome to the show the country duo Tiger Lily. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Hey, thanks for being here.
So, thanks for saying yes. First of all, we know y'all are busy, and that's super cool.
Yes, it's great.
And for the record, we've been trying to plan this since before I left for Denmark, and it's just with their schedules and our schedules, it's taken this long. So everybody's just kept their eye on the ball, their eye on the prize, and here we are, and we're very grateful to have you, ladies. Okay.
Well, thanks for having us, and I'm glad it finally worked out.
Yes, we are too. So, Tiger Lily, before we get into this, why don't you just let people know like where we can find you, so as they fall in love with your brains and the way that you work, they can go try to find out what you've been singing.
Yeah, so our duo name is Tiger Lily. It's actually spelled Tigirlily, Tiger Lily, and that's on purpose, obviously, to add that little girl power into the name. But we have TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and Twitter, and YouTube, and Spotify, and Apple Music, and basically anything you can think of. We're probably there doing our social media stuff, and we like to post a lot of covers, our original music, just our daily lives. So it's fun if you want to keep up with us on those platforms.
All right, well, good deal. Brent, you want to add anything to the opening here before we jump into the deep end of the gene pool?
Just for Tiger Lily, I told them off air that I've been streaming their music all morning, getting hyped for this, and some good stuff somebody does is really cool song, great message. So good on y'all for that. And I like the other stuff to Dig Yourself is pretty darn funny. So
they know how to make the donuts. They know how to make the donuts.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So, but as far as the show, this is for kind of infotainment and inspiration purposes. We just want to encourage all the climbers out there to try this with your own titles because you have nothing to lose. It's low stakes. You can use this on a song you've already rewritten or already written that you just want to rewrite that you're kind of stuck on, or a title that's sitting there and you don't know what to do with it. So just dig deeper because a lot of times the platinum is under the gold and under the dirt. So keep on digging. That's it. And also I want to say, ladies, thank you for being brave. So this is like improv live. It's always a little scary. Yes.
I love it. To be honest, we didn't even really know what we were getting ourselves into today. So now I'm much more excited.
Great. Yeah. This is not a boring interview. Like, so tell us, when did you first start singing?
I know. This is really extra fun. So
you got to bring your brain to the game. Okay, here we go. So right. Are you ready? Are you ready? This is from climber Joe Taylor.
Joe Taylor.
So thank you, Joe Taylor, for sending this in. And so I'm going to drop the title here, and then I'm going to give a little hot take on it, ladies, and then we'll just start going after it here. The title from climber Joe Taylor is "Stuck Between Hell and High Water."
Stuck between hell
and high water.
All right.
So my hot take on this is I'm wondering if it would be if we'd have more avenues if we called it hell and high water. Mm-hmm. And then stuck between can be one of them, and we can put a couple other prefixes in there to make that happen. So I feel like it's okay to go there if you feel like you want to go there. Just with hell and high water, you don't have to get too hung up on the stuck between, but let's try to run with that as well.
Cool.
Yeah. I feel like initially I'm like, it's like a find out who your friends are kind of thing, like who's going to be there when you're stuck between hell and high water. Or it could be I'll be there for you when you're stuck between hell and high water. I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere, which is kind of inspirational, but also could be a love song as well. So
I like that right off the bat.
Yeah.
I like it. You find out who your friends are when you're stuck between hell and high water, and then you can go down lyrically, you can go down the, some hell and some high water. And then, you find out who's going to show up, right? Like, for instance, hell and high water together. Brent, you're in the middle of that. You're moving. How many friends you got right now this week?
A lot of steam. I was thinking kind of the same thing, Johnny.
a lot of people giving you the okie doke on the phone there. Chick. Oh, that's Brent. He needs some help moving. We're not here.
I know. Yeah. What happened? Yeah. It's like between cardboard and aching back. Yeah, I agree with you, Johnny. As far as the title, just hell and high water, like keeping it shorter would be the way I'd want to go. It's a cliche. It's a phrase we've heard several times before. So that immediately makes me like, I don't know. I try to avoid those in my titles that I write just because you're immediately inviting comparison. But this is what we're playing with today. So I love that first angle, just like I'll be here for you between hell and high water. And I wonder if there's a way like if there's like high water to be like a positive thing, like surfing or a breakup, like between the good times and the bad times. Like, is there a way to do that? Is high water meaning something positive? Normally means, fire or flood, which, by the way, is what I tell my kids before I go into record or write. Like, if Emily's gone, like, don't bother me except for fire, flood, or blood. Other than that, don't come in the room. But sidebar.
That's hilarious.
Got to keep it simple.
I want a T-shirt that says that. So on the high water positive thing, right? They say like rising tides raise all ships. Mm-hmm. So you could spin it that way in a sense and make that between the good and the bad. I think you're going to have to.
Like you're maybe in the messy middle. Because
the cliche is...
when you're kind of in the middle, it's somewhere between hell and high water.
Yeah, and I think because the cliche is both are negative, you're going to have to really do some kind of illustrating to demonstrate that high water is a good thing, right?
It definitely feels like upbeat to me, maybe a little swampy, a little just something with a lot of energy and vibe. It definitely, I don't want to take this like snooze fest route. It's not going to happen. It's like, no, we're gonna jam out. It doesn't even mean tempo wise. Doesn't have to be like fast, but just something that feels real funky and up. And
I think like a Bone Pony stomp, you know.
Yep.
I have like a general country idea for this, and it's like, if you're stuck between hell and high water, I'm going to go to the bar. Like, if I'm stuck between hell and high water, like, water's not going to cut it. I'm going to go drink something, drink something else. Water's not going to cut it, basically.
Almost like a breakup song. Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, like you
put me through hell and high water's not going to cut it anymore, so I'm going to the bar.
Yeah, like I am over you. Just a real fun, like, girl breakup. I mean, it could be guy, too. We always think girl, obviously, because two of them, but it totally could be a guy song too, in that sense of, you broke my heart. You put stuck between hell and high water, so I'm going to go get a drink.
It's like sipping whiskey.
So I'm going to go get a highball.
Or like, there's a lot of whiskey between hell and high water. There'd be a way to kind of play that up.
Ooh,
whiskey between hell and high water, and shot of whiskey or something.
Yeah, if you
how about change the title of that, like whiskey between hell and high water?
I still I love short titles, like super concise, like, and then you could add like in the chorus all the things in between hell and high water. That's actually kind of interesting. That's funny.
Is, yeah. I think here's a weird story song, like a Southern gospel country Christian kind of story song of like the guy really wants to get, he's headed toward hell, right? He's just a hellion. He's headed toward hell. But man, comes that preacher and that riverside baptism. And even though the water's really high, it's like, boy, he may get swept away. And he's not sure if he wants to do this. And he's stuck between hell and high water. Like, do I want to give up my crazy ways? Do I want to give up my, my hellion ways and get saved? But boy, that water I might have to give up, right? If I go in that water and get baptized right now and follow the Lord, then he may make me do a bunch of stuff I don't really want to do. So I'm stuck somewhere between hell and high water. Really specific story, but that's what we're here for.
Yeah, so maybe you got to go through hell to get to the high water.
Oh, that could be a thing too. Yeah.
No, I like that because, that's sort of like the sunny day doesn't work without the rain, right? Like when you
it also be holy water.
Yeah.
Go through hell to get to the holy water.
You could just the whole chorus could, like you said, the rain and the rainbow and all these different examples of what it takes. Kind of like if you don't feel the highest of highs, if you don't feel the lowest of lows, so you have to go through hell to get to the high water kind of thing. And it honestly could be super up and inspirational, a little more uplifting than going to the bar.
Depends on who you're talking to there. Depends on who you're talking to. Bar can be pretty uplifting. I mean, what are they serving?
Right. That's true. If it's a margarita, maybe it's there. No.
What do they got in the rail? No, but I like that. Like, because that statement there is just the way that you framed that. It says makes high water positive, doesn't it? Like you have to go through hell to get to the high water, to get to the high cotton, right? To get to the
high tide,
to get to the good stuff. Yeah, I think that was interesting. Like, what a great way to not waste a verse and just say it all in one thing. You got to go through hell to get to the high water.
Yeah, I hear a lot of like production wise, lots of layered vocals in the chorus, and some even at last chorus you could take the music out and just do this whole choir like, let's go to church, baby, let's do this thing, and just take them all the way there. So especially if you went the inspirational route, like I think you just go full force. Yeah, that would be really cool.
I think
maybe it's like a marriage that's still standing after so many years. And I'm not married, so I mean this would be weird for me to write currently, but who knows? Maybe it's like you've been married for 25 years. You've been through rough patches in your marriage and just life, because nothing's perfect there's all these love songs where I think it paints the cliche ending of a rom-com where it's like everything's perfect and it will be perfect for the next 40 years. But it's like, maybe baby, we've been through hell and high water, but we're still standing. We're still here. And it's kind of still playing off of other ideas we've already said a little bit, but
make it more personal to one person.
It could be interesting.
No, I love that. And the boat's still floating.
Yeah, it could be interesting too, talking about, we have our, this marriage has been through hell and high water, but there's a lot of heaven between hell and high water. And that's so we stick it out. What
else does high water look like? I like the marriage thing because you can just go back and sort of put some specificity in on different rough patches, right? And then talk about, and here's why all that's worth it, right? Because of you, that kind of a thing. We can spin that to Kenny Chesney, right? Because he's got the island thing kicking now.
Okay, it's starting to sink in. Okay, now I'm getting it. So torn between keeping a job or
he still wants to throw in the towel and go live it on an island.
It's like life's too short to be living in this hell, basically. So I'm going to go spend some time on some high water.
Exactly.
I love
that. That's it right there. That's the best one so far, man. That's good. I'm put my toes in the sand with a drink in my hand, and
could totally be like Zach Brown, Kenny Chesney, even Old Dominion would do something like that. The beachy, totally.
And if you even start the chorus like there is a heaven on earth. It's got sand. It's got drinks, unlimited drinks at the bar.
So why am I sitting here?
So I'm at. It's hell at work. So I'm going to get the hell out of here and go find some high water. Yeah, that's heaven on earth. Something like that.
Oh, just bombs. Those are just gold bombs just dropping. Like somebody picked those up. That was hell at work. And I'm just going to get the hell out of here and go to some high water.
Then verse one, could you, to really just tell a story? Because I like to write in a way where it's just pretty relaxed and not trying to be too artsy in any sort of way where people don't understand what you're saying. So to paint a pretty clear picture, it'd be fun. Verse one to just do, describing this hell basically. And then verse two, go into this, what this world would look like if he left this hell that he was in to go to the high water. And now this version would be much more relaxed to me, and much fun. More like mid little ditty.
What if the bar on the beach is called High Water?
Yeah. Well, I thought, what if there are two bars next door to each other?
Is that too specific?
Yeah. Or if there are two bars next door to each other, one's
hell and high water.
Yeah, one's hell and one's high water.
Oh, that's like winners and losers in Nashville, man.
Exactly,
that's awesome, dude.
Depends on the day. Depends on the day you had. You're either going to hell or high water.
Yeah.
That's right. Right now, so we walked up on the beach, and there's one, there's hell to the left and high water to the right, and now I know what it's like to be stuck between hell and high water.
That's really funny.
Yeah, my girls going to hell, my boys are going to high water, or vice versa.
Probably
my boys are going to hell, my girls going to high water, and I'm stuck between the two.
Yeah,
that makes a whole different sort of specific road to go down if there's two bars named hell and high water.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's funny. That's much more like relaxed, fun. We kind of touched on the inspirational. We touched on the love story. We even touched on the breakup. So I'm trying to think of other ways to spin it. But the relaxed, like going to the beach, that is hilarious. I love that.
Yeah. And even if it's like the tension because he's stuck between I got to have this job, but I want to go to the beach. Like that tension that so many of us live with could be kind of interesting too.
Kind of like 9 to 5, Dolly Parton, or
is it like you put yourself through hell at work so you can go to the high water on the weekends?
Oh yeah.
Like I work 40 some hours, blah, blah, blah. It's hell at work. But I know as soon as I clock out, I'm going to hit the high water and it's going to be all right for a couple days. Yeah. You're not totally ditching your whole life,
Exactly. Yeah. And that could be like
there's
the lake
really
or the river too. High water could be the lake or the river.
There's something really fun about the dreaminess of just I love the idea though of just this is how I'm ready to ditch this sucker and get to the high water too.
Man, I think we got some good looks at this already.
Yeah.
Anybody else got anything else they want to put out there? Because that's
I mean, we've spun that several different ways.
You guys are like a volcano of creativity. I mean, right out the gate, there was just 3 good ones.
Yes, and then in the actual writing room, we are gonna find every possible angle to make sure we have the concept right first, and know that we love the idea before just driving aimlessly, because that never works.
Yeah, we've gotten to the point. I mean, we're still very young, to where if we're in a writing room, especially if we're writing for like Tiger Lily material, we never we have to write the song in an hour. We have to write this in 2 hours. If it takes several hours, it's more important for us to get the concept right and the hook right and spend more time on that versus we have to get the song done today. And if we have to come back another day and we used to be like that, where we thought we were way better writers if we would get something done in an hour. And now we're like, no, that's really not the point of it at all. It's
no one's going to know how long it took you to write it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the hook, it's the concept. And so if those 2 things are right, then you're going to have a way better outcome in the end. So
sage advice. I mean, it did take 10 years to write The House That Built Me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we don't care. We just know it's The House That Freaking Built Me. That's the greatest song.
I know Body Like a Back Road, because we work with Shane McAnally quite a bit, and he was saying that song has so many different versions, and it seems so fun and carefree, and that would just be we could probably write that one day, but it was so specifically thought out, which I thought was very interesting, because The House That Built Me, you would think, oh yeah, that probably took a lot of time because it's so
prominent,
it just very one of the best songs to me of all time. And Body Like a Back Road's so fun, but it still takes the same amount of effort and time to really get those hit songs the way they are. And sometimes it does work out where it's an hour and you have an amazing song, but
it's your whole life plus an hour.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how that works. Those songs, those songs, the 10, 20 minute big, huge hits don't happen the first time you pick up a pencil. That comes from just knowing how it all is supposed to feel, how it's all supposed to go, and knowing your craft. So I love it. Kendra and Krista from Tiger Lily, you guys, I mean, that was ridiculous.
That was great.
Oh, well,
that was over before it started.
I know it went so fast. I'm like, well, we came up with 10 ideas already. What else?
No, now we're just gonna be reaching.
Well, there you go, Joe Taylor. We hope you like that. Climbers, if you want to send in your song titles to Song Title Challenge and get them on the air with some killer creative brains here like Kendra and Krista from Tiger Lily, please send them to info@daredevilproduction.com. Put Song Title Challenge or STC in the subject line. And ladies, your socials across the board are at Tiger Lily, TIGIRILY. So it's like TIG or TI girl Y.
Yeah, Ty Girl Illy. So TIGIRLILY. Yes.
Oh, there we go. That's right. That's how I spelled it too on this platform. I was like, I got on my glasses. I'm like, did I miss two letters?
You just
in
missed
Nope.
one L, but there's lots of them, so it's really no big deal.
All right, ladies. Well, once again, thank you for saying yes. Best of luck to you. And y'all, this podcast exists because we want you to win. So keep on climbing.
Thank you.
This is awesome. Well, thanks for having us.
And we'll see you at the top.
You're welcome, ladies.
So much fun.